Commander Zekthor's three eyes blinked in rapid succession as he studied the tactical display before him. The holographic projection showed the wreckage of what had once been the Confederation's Third Fleet. 17 capital ships, reduced to drifting debris in less than 4 standard hours. His mandibles clicked nervously, a gesture his crew had learned to recognize as deep concern. "Run the analysis again," he commanded, his translator rendering his chittering speech into standard galactic common. There must be an error in the combat logs. His tactical officer, a Velkari with iridescent scales, manipulated the holographic controls with her 6 delicate fingers. "Commander, the logs are accurate." The human vessels, only 3 of them, executed what they call a wolf pack strategy. They coordinated their attacks with a precision we've never encountered. Zekthor felt his carapace tighten. 3 ships. 3 human ships had decimated an entire fleet. Across the bridge, his communications officer interrupted. "Sir, we're receiving a transmission from Admiral Threnkal. He's requesting an immediate strategic briefing. Put him through." The Admiral's face appeared on the main screen, his expression grim even by Velkari standards. "Commander Zekthor, we need to discuss the human problem. Your fleet is next in their path." Lieutenant Orla Chen stood in the observation deck of the UHNS Defiant, her dark eyes tracking the distant lights of the Confederation fleet. Behind her, the soft hum of the ship's engines provided a constant reminder that they were deep in hostile territory. "Penny, for your thoughts?" Harry Rodriguez appeared beside her, 2 cups of coffee in hand. The ship's tactical officer had a way of reading her moods, even after only 6 months serving together. "Just thinking about how different this is from what they taught us at the academy," Orla said, accepting the coffee gratefully. "The Confederation has superior numbers, better weapons, faster ships. By every metric, we should be running." Harry grinned, his weathered face crinkling at the corners. "But we're not, are we?" "No," Orla agreed. "We're hunting them." The truth was something the Confederation was only beginning to understand. Humans didn't approach naval warfare the way other species did. For the Velkari, the Kryn, the Thoraxians, all the great spacefaring civilizations, fleet combat was a matter of formation and firepower. Line up your ships, maximize your firing solutions, and let superior numbers or technology decide the outcome. Humans had learned warfare in Earth's oceans, where submarines stalked surface fleets, where aircraft carriers changed the rules of engagement, where a smaller, more cunning force could devastate a larger one through surprise and unconventional tactics. "Captain wants us on the bridge," Harry said. "We've got 3 Confederation battle groups converging on our position." Orla set down her coffee. "Time to go to work." Commander Zekthor watched his sensors with growing unease. The human ships had disappeared from scan range an hour ago, and despite deploying his entire sensor net, they remained ghosts. "They're running," his weapons officer suggested hopefully. "Perhaps they finally recognize they're outmatched." "No," Zekthor said quietly. "They're positioning." He had studied every engagement report from the past 6 months. The humans never ran. They adapted. When Confederation ships formed traditional battle lines, human vessels attacked from unexpected vectors. When the Confederation tried to guard their flanks, humans struck from above and below, orientations that made sense in the 3-dimensional void of space, but that Confederation doctrine had never fully embraced. And then there was their communication. The Confederation's ships followed standard protocols, encrypted channels, designated command frequencies, predictable patterns. Human vessels seemed to operate on instinct, their coordination almost telepathic in its efficiency. "Contact," his sensor officer suddenly announced. "Human vessel bearing 270 Mark 15 closing fast." Zekthor's fleet pivoted to meet the threat, weapon systems powering up. But even as his ships turned, he saw the trap. The single human ship wasn't attacking, it was baiting them. "All ships, hold formation," he commanded, but it was too late. The other 2 human vessels appeared from different vectors, their weapons already firing. They had used the gravity well of a nearby moon to mask their approach, a tactic so elementary that Confederation doctrine had dismissed it as impossible to coordinate effectively. Zekthor watched as his flagship's shields flared under sustained fire. The human ships moved like predators, never staying in one place long enough to be targeted effectively, always striking at the vulnerable points his formation exposed. "They're severing our communication relays." His technical officer reported in panic, and there it was, the signature human tactic. Isolate and destroy. Cut off the fleet's cohesion. Force individual ships to fight alone, overwhelm them one by one. Emergency scatter, Zekthor ordered. All ships independent action. But even as he gave the command, he knew it was exactly what the humans wanted. Captain Sarah Park watched the Confederation fleet break formation from the command chair of the Defiant. Orla, Harry, you seeing this? Like clockwork, Harry confirmed from the tactical station. They're doing exactly what we predicted. Orla coordinated with the Phantom and Reaper, the other two ships in their group. Targeting solutions locked. Recommend we take out their command ship first. Agreed, Park said. Execute. The battle lasted another 2 hours, but the outcome was never in doubt. The Confederation ships, for all their impressive firepower, couldn't adapt fast enough. They fought by doctrine, by regulations, by the book. Humans, Orla reflected as she watched the last enemy ship retreat, had learned to throw out the book centuries ago. They'd learned from privateers and submariners, from carrier pilots and destroyer captains. They'd learned that in naval warfare, victory didn't always go to the strongest. It went to the most unpredictable, the most adaptable, the most willing to break the rules. In the wreckage of his flagship's bridge, Commander Zekthor sent his final report to Confederation Command. His recommendation was simple. The humans don't fight like any spacefaring species we've encountered. They fight like they're still in Earth's oceans. We need to completely rethink our approach to naval warfare, or we need to sue for peace. Because the answer to our question is clear. It's not that we're bad at this. The humans are just that good. He paused, then added a personal note that would be studied by military historians for generations. They've been preparing for this kind of warfare for thousands of years. We've been in space for thousands of years, but we're still learning what they already know. In naval combat, experience matters more than technology, and humanity has more experience than any of us realized. The transmission sent, Zekthor looked out at the stars and wondered if the Confederation would listen before it was too late. ND